Is Wispr Flow visible on AI platforms? That's the question we're going to answer today. We're going to check their overall AI visibility across 10 different prompts in 3 different countries, 3 different LLMs. We're going to also have a look at who they compete with and the sources used by this LLM to generate their answer and their recommendations. Wispr Flow is one of the most popular speech-to-text application at the moment. So basically, they transform your speech into text that you can use in almost every app. So I'm mainly using it to draft long emails and also mainly to talk to AI like Claude and ChatGPT every day. It makes you much more efficient than using your own finger. Historically, it's a dictation solution, but they just released recently a Notetaker feature. I've been using Granola for the note-taking part and testing this feature for the past few days. Extremely happy with this new release, and I might switch entirely from Granola to this one. So actually, we're going to look at if Wispr is visible on the dictation part, and also if AI already recommend Wispr as a note-taker solution. So to do so, I'm going to go to Clairon. I'm going to create a new project. The Wispr Flow website URL, name my project Wispr Flow, create the project. All right, so all the project information has been pre-populated by Clairon. Business location, I don't know, but let's say New York. It doesn't really matter here because their business coverage is international, and actually we're going to check their visibility in 3 different countries. For services and personas, so target audience, I'm good with that. Let's click next. Their competitor, Super Wispr, actually is the solution I was using before Wispr, and we can already see some Otter and Fireflies. So actually, Clairon already recognized Wispr as a note-taking app. I'm going to click to next, and we're going to now generate our prompt. So here I'm going to use the AI generation feature of Clairon. I'm going to create 10 prompts in English language. All right, so Clairon created 10 prompts with different intent: commercial, informational, navigational. I'm going to take a bit of time to work on this prompt to come up with the final list. All right, so I came up with the final list of 10 prompts, 6 focusing on dictation, 4 on note takers, all commercial. Gave me the estimated volume of search and the difficulty to be visible on this prompt. So I'm going to select them all, and now we're going to move to the configuration. So here we're going to test their visibility in the UK, and let's go with Australia as well. So we're going to be able to have a global view of their AI visibility. And for the LLMs, I'm going to go, of course, with ChatGPT, AI overview, and let's go with Claude. I'm going to apply these settings to all the prompts and start the analysis. So Clairon started the analysis, and after a few minutes, we're going to have all the results. So after a few minutes, we have the result from Clairon. We can already see here from a high-level perspective if Wispr Flow has been recommended or not in our list of prompts. But to get more details, we're going to click here on Prompt Results. Here I have multiple information: the total number of mentions, the breakdown per country, the breakdown per LLMs, the number of prompts. They have been recommended at least 1. So what we can see is like across the 90 prompt execution, 90 for 10 prompts times 3 countries times 3 LLMs, they have been mentioned 35 times. They are more visible in UK with 14 mentions, list in Australia with just 8 mentions. From an AI platform perspective, pretty much the same. AI overview is leading with 13. ChatGPT is the platform the least visible on with 10. What I did as well is I created 2 folders, one for the prompt focusing on note-taking, one for dictation. So we can see their AI visibility on these features alone. Let's start with dictation, and here we can see that 34 mentions. So very, very strong visibility on AI platform for the dictation part, which is totally normal because that's their historical feature. If we look at the note-taking part, only 1 mention, which is not really a surprise. The feature has been released just a few days ago. Same data, but for the competitor ranking. So to do so, I'm going to click here on competitor ranking, and what I'm going to get the entire list of all the brands, all the companies that has been recommended by ChatGPT, AI Overview, and Claude across all the prompts that we have tracked. What we can see here straight away is overall Wispr rank number 2 in this competition across among the more than 100 brands that has been recommended. Their average rank is 1.9, meaning to say on average they're part of the top 2 answer. Number 1 is Otter AI, which is a note-taking. Number 3, Firefly, note-taking app as well. Fathom, note-taking app as well, if I'm correct. And then Super Wispr, which is the solution I used to use before, number 5. If we continue to scroll down, we have the breakdown per country and platform. So, for example, in the US, Wispr is number 1 in AI Overview, number 2 on Claude, only number 4 in ChatGPT. And we have the same for the UK and for Australia. Now, if I go back at the top, and I'm going to do the exact same filtering for the dictation part. With no surprise, Wispr is the leading solution here. The number 1 by far on the competitive ranking, 34 mentioned. The number 2 is Otter. Quite surprisingly, I thought Otter was mainly doing note-taking. Maybe not, I'm not using this solution at all, but only with 20 mentioned, and Super Wispr, which is to me their direct competitors, number 3 with 20 mentioned as well. Now, if we move at the note-taking part, here, Wispr Flow only rank 24. Again, quite normal. Feature has been released very recently, so most probably AI platform, even when they are doing the web search, do not link Wispr Flow with a note-taking feature yet. I guess it should come very soon, considering the authority of Wispr Flow on the market that they have now. And you can also see Granola, which is the application we are using in Clairon and Crescendo for note-taking at the moment, rank number 4. We're going to do the exact same thing, but for the sources now. So to do so, I'm going to click here on sources used. And overall, we can see that first, Claude, ChatGPT, AI Overview used more than 200 domains and more than 600 unique source, so unique URL. Among all these domain, all this URL, Wispr Flow website rank number 5. So they are part actually of the top 5. Number 1 by far is YouTube with 44 citation. Wispr only 17, meaning to say their website has been used 17 times. YouTube 44 times. Not really a surprise for SaaS IT solution. YouTube is extremely powerful. We're going to check right after also a couple of other platforms that are mainly used for the SaaS industry. First, if I scroll down a bit, we're going to have our breakdown again per LLM and per country. So for example, in the US, Wispr Flow not part of the top 5 for AI Overview for Claude, but it is number 4 for OpenAI. In the UK, it's a bit different. They are part of the top 5 for AI Overview, not for Anthropic, for ChatGPT number 2. From Australia, they are also part of the top 5, only for OpenAI. If I go back to the top again, I'm going to filter it for the dictation part. So here for the dictation part, strangely, Wispr Flow only rank number 6. So they are not even part of the top 5. And for the note-taking part, they rank not even in the top 50. Again, not really a surprise. What we've seen in both scenarios, YouTube is number 1. If I go back to all the prompts, and if I want to have more depth into which video has been used on YouTube, I can click here on YouTube. And here I have the entire list of all the videos that has been with the title and the direct URL. So for example, we have this one, Best AI Dictation App, Wispr Flow versus Super Wispr. So of course, YouTube is a channel you can't pass on when it comes to AI visibility. I haven't checked, I'm pretty sure Wispr is doing the job on this channel. Now if I go back, I would like to check a couple of platforms. So the first one, Reddit. Reddit is usually very popular for AI platform and extremely used by AI platform, especially in the SaaS industry. Here, it has been used 13 times. So same, if you click here on Reddit, you will have access to all the URL of the threads that has been used in Reddit. You have exactly the same feature here, the same information in our Reddit thread feature. We have a dedicated video explaining you how it works. Now, if I go back to the list of sources, which is important to notice here and to conclude this video, is that Wispr is actually the only company website that is part of the top 5 of the competitive ranking that has been used by the LLMs. The others, Willow Voice, Arxiv, UseVoicey are not companies that we've seen in the top 5 or top 10 of the competitive ranking, and YouTube, of course, is not a competitor, but still the used sources. It means here that Wispr has a very strong edge, a very strong advantage that should use, especially for the note-taking part, and it will help them to get more recommended on the note-taking part. Again, it's a feature that has just been released. I'm pretty sure if we are doing this video in 1 or 2 months' time, the situation will be totally different. We are recording this type of live AI visibility audit almost every week. If you want your business, your company to be the next one we cover in our videos, just drop a comment below with the name of your company and your website URL. Bye-bye.